Hey, hi there. Time for another video. I took Sunday off because I think Sunday is a good day to take off. Wow, that kind of sounds stupid sounding. I do take Sundays off, mostly because it's a good day for me to get work done for class. But I'm back here on the 13th of December. Happy day before Forever Alone Day. Um, I want to talk to you today about something that, personally, I feel is very important to me, and that's voice acting in video games. Voice acting in video games is something I love. I love when voice acting is good, when it makes you feel for the characters, which is something that everyone will say about voice acting. But especially for me, because I consider myself a decent, voice actor, more or less. I'm not perfect, but I consider myself, better than just, some schmuck off the street. I'll be frank when I say that. Um, and why is this important to me personally? Is because, I could play a game like Mass Effect, which is this huge story-driven game, and all the characters you talk to, they have these emotional responses regarding the situations you're dealing with, and that's awesome. We need more of that in the game. And then you hear Mark Meer or Jennifer Hale as Commander Shep, and they're just going, "So tell me about when the Batarians killed your entire family." "Oh, that's interesting. Wow, I never knew that. Oh, so the Reapers did that to you? That's terrible." They're saying these in just this monotone, just droll voice that's just like, that's what makes good games these days, I mean, granted, some of the renegade options you can choose, they'll end up going, "I'll cut your balls off and sell them to a Krogan." That's good. That would scare the shit out of me if I had somebody threaten to cut my nuts off and sell it to some giant alien. That would scare me. So, those work well. But when voice acting in a game isn't not so much right, but it doesn't present itself properly considering the context, that can ruin a game. Like, have we all heard that speech that Andrew Ryan gives during Bioshock? This is an 8-year-old game now. Holy crap. No, not 8. 6 years old. What am I talking about? This 6-year-old game. You all heard that speech of Andrew Ryan? A man chooses, a slave obeys. That whole spiel? That is great. That is delivered in a way, it's just like, story, story, story! When it's done right, voice acting is perfect. When it's not, you've played games where you just hear them talking and you're just like, did he really just do that? And this sort of bleeds into other parts of video games. YouTube, you have people who you can instantly recognize their voice and go, "Oh, this person who has this idea. I love that person." Total Biscuit is probably one of the best examples I can think of off the top of my hat. He has a very recognizable voice, and therefore of course he gets recognized for it, and therefore he's a very big part of the industry. And the other part is machinima. Machinima is very important to the voice industry because then you start hearing it spread. Then you start recognizing characters in other mediums. And even machinima characters get translated into other games. I'd like to point out Red vs. Blue. They had a very, very well done cameo in Halo 3. At one point, there's a Marine knocking on a door, and he's asking about getting into a meeting. And for every difficulty, there's a different meeting or situation that plays out. It's a very well done cameo. And I love that sort of stuff. I want that to happen more in games. If this person is really important to the industry, and they have a really recognizable voice, put him in your game. How hard is that to do? I would be saddened if within the next 2 StarCraft expansions, we don't hear Husky, or Day 9, or Rotterdam, or one of the casters, or Tasis and Artosis is like two sports commentators. God, that'd be hilarious. So, voice acting not only applies to games, but it also applies to machinima, and to casting, and to all of these subsidiaries of gaming that I love. Half the time I spend, who am I kidding? Not half the about half the time I spend on YouTube is spent listening to machinima or videos featuring these people. God forsake. Jack Polito, member of Achievement Hunter at Rooster Teeth, that man's voice and that man's beard. Two epic combinations that just will destroy your soul with awesome, if I can use that term correctly. And I love all of this. I want to be a part of it in some way, shape, or form at some point in my life. Why? What am I doing right now? I'm talking to you. And if I can talk to you in a context that I love, that's even better. So voice acting, please keep it in games when it's perfect. You know, you can bring up Portal all you want, but every game that has those lines that you love is what we need more of. Thank you very much for watching today's video. I'm sort of back on my regular schedule. I will see you guys probably most likely tomorrow if I'm not stuck playing Mass Effect 3, the demo. I'll probably be stuck playing the game for that long. Thank you very much. Goodbye.